Hello everyone, my name is Russell Wright from curationprofits.com, and I wanted to address a Quora question that came up, which is about the best people to follow and learn from when it comes to content curation. And I'd like to address the issue first by saying there are several different kinds of content curation, and this is not something that you really hear about that much. For example, there is RSS syndication curation. That is the ability to curate feeds. I call this feed curation, and determine what information comes through feeds and then repurpose those feeds to something that is not content curation, which is RSS aggregation. But however, curation is still very much involved in picking the sources of the feeds and then remixing those in a new way and pulling the content and placing them in a new way. Then there's a real-time news curation. And Robin Good is probably the expert in real-time news curation in the world. He's probably the best in the world. You can also take a look at other kinds of curation, such as video curation. I focus a lot of my energies in that area. I would also recommend that you read the book by Steven Rosenbaum called Curation Nation, which is the very pro-curation movement book, and you can definitely follow some of Steven's stuff. The opposite book, which is probably the nemesis, if you will, of the other side of the spectrum of Curation Nation, is The Cult of the Amateur. I would recommend that you read both of those to get an equally opposed contrast so that you might find the gray area between those two topics. I would also like to acknowledge Pawan Deshpande from Curata.com. Curata creates a corporate industrial level curation platform. And there's myself, Russell Wright. I focus on a type of curation called premium content curation, which is all about making sure that your content curation efforts are profitable, specifically with members area or content that is interesting but incomplete enough for people to pay for. I would also have to acknowledge social media news curation, which is really real-time news as well. But Herman is the developer of the Storify application. His name is Herman Burt. He's probably one of the best social media news platform developers out there. And last but not least, I want to mention, actually first, let me point out TED.com, which is also Chris Anderson from TED.com. If you go to his blog, if you go to TED.com and you look at the blog, you'll see that Chris Anderson is listed as the TED curator, formally listed as a curator on the blog for both the TED conference preparation as well as the blog. This goes to show you that curation is not just a term that's used for the digital environment. It is also used to talk about the curation of memes or ideas that are new, to pick content and speakers at a major event like TED and then videotape them all. TED's pretty interesting because it's a mixed bag of video curation, content curation, idea curation, and academic curation all at once. And TED is really curated by Chris Anderson, I have to say. And again, now what I was going to say is that last but not least, we're going to talk about the Scoop.com platform. And I'm going to pronounce his name. I got to be a little bit careful, but I think he's probably one of the best leading edge thought leaders in the area of content curation out there. And his first name is Guillaume, and I can't pronounce his last name, but I have been communicating with him via email. I do consider him to be one of the thought leaders because Scoop.it is designed so very, very well to fit all the purposes of the kind of content and the kind of curation methodologies that I just mentioned to you, that I have to give Scoop.it the critical acclaim that it deserves as probably being the premier content curation platform. The reason I like it is it's so flexible. I can use it for video curation, I can use it for RSS syndication curation. I can use it for a variety of different kind of curation purposes, and it's just the best. It's simply the best. And I'm using some pretty advanced techniques with SEO and RSS feed as well, and Scoop.it really does match everything that I need on that. Okay, so I hope to see you on the inside. If you have more questions and you want to know about my methods of content curation, do not hesitate to take my very affordable course. It's curationprofits.com. Or if you just want to contact our help desk, contact us on the forums. We'll be happy to answer more questions. I really do look forward to seeing you on the inside, and thank you very much for your time.